So, weiter geht's. Ja, na, ich weise jetzt erstmal darauf hin, dass es vielleicht nicht so clever ist, gegen einen Schelmer zu kämpfen, hier für so ein Sportereignis. Ich meine, er wäre umgekommen, wenn ich jetzt nicht dabei gewesen wäre.
Your Grace, Shaelmars are dangerous creatures, even to knights in full plate armor.
Nonsense. In Toussaint, knights have battled beasts for mere glory since time immemorial. True. Guillaume suffered a few bumps, scars, and bruises, but in return gained eternal glory as he who slew the monster.
What about the crowd? Say the Shaelmar had vaulted into the stands. Would have been a massacre.
Geralt, though we value your fortuitous intervention in the arena, we would remind you your services have been retained, and as shall soon become clear, you will be generously compensated for completing another task altogether.
Na gut. Ja, um was geht's denn jetzt genau?
Your Grace, my contract. I'd like to discuss it.
Naturally, but not here. We shall need Damien. He led the investigation pending your arrival. But wherever could he be? Come, we must find him. Tell us, have you come alone? Or did Viscount Julian accompany you?
Wish to see Dandelion, Your Grace?
Yes. I mean, no. Yes. But solely to tell him we regret. Yes, deeply regret rescinding the death sentence we so justly handed down upon him. If we could turn back time, we would make certain he sat in a tower till he rotted. No, we would ensure he was broken on the wheel, then drawn, hanged, and quartered. Ah, the very man we would entrust with these tasks. Damien de la Tour, captain of my personal guard.
Your Grace, Witcher.
Greetings.
Ja, ich frage mich jetzt immer, kennt man die eigentlich schon? Kenne ich die nur nicht? Ja, wir weisen erstmal darauf hin, dass die Bruxer, die wir da unten getroffen haben, da ein paar Leute umgebracht hat.
Sorry to have to tell you, but the guardsman handling the last victim's body...
I know already. The creature in the cellar of Corvo Bianco. Was it the beast?
No. A Bruxa, a kind of vampire. Not the beast, but tied to it in some way.
You know this how?
Through careful analysis of the evidence, both on the riverbank and at Corvo Bianco.
Do you mean to insinuate the investigation thus far has been sloppy?
Geralt insinuates nothing of the sort. We must listen to him attentively.
I examined the body of the beast's last victim. Might have found something. Need to analyze it. A quiet place, that's what I could use most right now. And maybe the help of an alchemist or a mage. Also like to hear all you know about the previous victims. Take it Sir de la Tour is my man for that.
Firstly, call me Damien, please. Secondly, you should know I spoke against summoning you here. I've heard much about you. You bring trouble, or thus far have, always. And we've enough trouble as it is. Yet we are capable of defeating the beast on our own, without an outsider's help. I've no doubt about it.
Damien, we settled the matter of the Witcher's employ some time past. Definitively. Since you have broached it nonetheless, let us discuss Geralt's pay. Are the legends true? Do Witchers usually demand that which you find at home, yet did not expect?
Was? Ich verstehe gerade nicht so richtig, was sie meint. Witches usually... Also wollen Witcher normalerweise that which you find at home, das was du zu Hause findest, aber nicht erwartest.
Not quite, Your Grace. Law of surprise, it's something we invoke at times, but rarely. Usually we just take gold.
Disappointing. This law sounds rather romantic. On the other hand, On returning to the palace, we would likely find impatient petitioners or a set of sample fabrics for a new dress. Poor rewards, both. I fear you'd not have much use for any of the surprises we are likely to come upon. Thus, we've decided you shall receive the deed to a vineyard, Corvo Bianco, and a sum of coin. You will doubtless consider this adequate. Title to the vineyard shall be given to you at once. Surely you'll need lodgings while you hunt. The coin, however, will be yours only once you have slain the beast.
Okay.
Lovely, generous gesture, Your Grace. Corvo Bianco. Isn't it the Duchy's temporary morgue?
Is it now? The Chancellery's bungled things again, we fear. Not to be left
Also ich
unsupervised.
bekomme einen Weinberg oder
Yet, in
sowas.
its mood, a morgue should present
Und
minimal
Gold.
problems to a witcher. What's more, nothing enhances a wine's reputation better than a grim legend.
Thank
Und
you,
ich
Your
bekomme
Grace.
das Anwesen,
I accept the contract, of course. But as I said
bei dem die
before,
Leiche da
I
im
need some
Keller ist.
information.
Okay, dann fragen wir ihn mal nach den Opfern.
How did it start? Who was the first?
Ich weiß, es war
Crispy was
ein
the first to
Ritter.
die. He was famed once for his many glorious tournament victories. Then he grew old, hung up his sword, and took to winemaking.
Crespi was not loved by the wine merchants. He was ruthless in business and thought to cheat many a time. He asked us for a dispensation from all court ceremonies. We did not grant it. We could not. Once you've taken
Ah,
the
okay.
oath of a
Also
knight,
der wollte nur
you
noch
remain a knight till death.
How did he
Weinhändler
die?
sein.
Where'd they find the
Und er
body?
kann aber
Quite
nicht
unusual, the circumstance.
seinen Ritterorden
He was
abgeben.
at a feast when suddenly one of his fellow feastgoers noticed he was missing. The town watch found him an hour later. On his hands and knees, propped against the town pillory, his sword hanging from his neck. He had died of wounds inflicted with claws, not a weapon. Blows of great force.
So he died suddenly, but the body was on its knees, meaning someone posed it.
So it seems.
Also er wurde direkt von so einem Fest quasi gestohlen und dann umgebracht. Was ja genau der Grund ist, warum manche glauben, dass das quasi irgendwie Gottes Wille ist und kein normales Monster, weil es quasi die Leute für die Sünden bestraft. Na gut, und was ist mit dem zweiten?
Second murder. Tell me what you know.
In the city there are certain nooks. No one reasonable ventures there after dark. Ramon Dulac's corpse was found in one such place. With the first murder, terror gripped the city. Its inhabitants grew wary, kept to safe areas. Consequently, news of the second victim came to us from a group of concerned cut purses.
Criminals fear the beast? Telling in a way. Take it you've excluded the possibility that Ramon died at the hands of these bandits.
Do you believe me an amateur? Not hands, but claws killed Ramon Dulac. The wound was deep, clean.
His body was found in a gutter, dressed in nightshirt and cap, a pillow placed under his head, and his sword replaced by a bed warmer. Ramon Dulac, a knight who but a dozen years past was an advisor to our father, the Duke.
Someone went to a lot of trouble to make him look ridiculous. Maybe revenge was the motive.
It's not out of the question. Dulac had shady dealings with the criminal underworld, but no one ever came forth with concrete proof of any misdoings.
Okay, also der hat zwar irgendwelche illegalen Sachen gemacht, man hat es aber ihm nie so richtig nachweisen können. Und ja, das Monster hat ihn jetzt irgendwie umgebracht.
So, first two victims were knights, best years behind them.
The same could be said of the third.
Okay, alles alte Ritter, die
Some
umgebracht
wont
wurden.
to claim that in modern times knights face new challenges, enterprise being the latest addition to the chivalric virtues.
He made a veritable fortune in the grain trade. Palmerin even nicknamed him Sir de la Stinchi.
Found a coin pouch on his body. Contained florins dating from various times,
Ah.
hailing from different provinces of the Empire.
Delacroix loved coin, true, but had no patience for numismatics.
Deshalb haben wir den Sack Geld bei ihm im Hals gefunden. Wahrscheinlich war das quasi die Strafe von dem Monster für seine unredlichen Geschäfte. Das ist quasi das Geld, was er dadurch verdient hat, damit wurde er dann quasi umgebracht.
Lots of similarities between the victims. All the bodies were found in strange places under extraordinary circumstances. Seems the murderer, whoever or whatever it is, has some meaning to convey.
These were honorable men. We are horrified by the disdain, the disrespect with which they were treated. These were knights of Toussaint. Blast it.
Might be the point. From what you say, none was a model of virtue. Ever considered that's what the beast's trying to draw attention to?
All the murdered men were knights who swore fealty to the 5 chivalric virtues. And even if the
Knights of Toussaint swear fealty to what virtues exactly?
honor, wisdom, generosity.
Das ist
valor,
bestimmt wichtig, die 5 Werte. Ja, Ehre, Weisheit. Generosity ist halt so ein bisschen, ja, das Gegenteil von geizig. Dass du halt irgendwie dein Reichtum irgendwie teilst. Mir fällt gerade das genaue Wort nicht ein. Ja, Valor ist auch nochmal sowas wie Ehre. Oh, Compassion. Das sind halt alles so vage Begriffe.
5 virtues. Why are they so important to your knights?
Strange question.
Your Grace, forgive me. I'm a foreigner trying to understand another land's customs.
You are forgiven. According to legend, the virtues we cultivate were bestowed upon us by the Lady of the Lake. How we truly came to espouse them, none remember. In Toussaint, we believe men of low birth should be simple-hearted and obedient. We expect much more, however, of our knights. They are to be soldiers and courtiers, lords and servants. Thus, the need for clear moral guidelines. At the time of his dubbing, a knight vows to demonstrate throughout his life honor, wisdom,
Und das sind bestimmt genau die Sünden im Gegensatz, die sie halt irgendwie begangen haben. Wobei gerade bei Wisdom kann man dann irgendwie Sünde der Dummheit dann begehen. Na gut, wie gesagt, bei Generosity ist das Gegenteil halt dann Gier. Honor unehrenhaft.
Beast seems to be pointing up moral decay, denouncing it. Victims were all humiliated. Might have been murdered to emphasize their lack of specific chivalric
Moralischer
virtues.
Verfall.
Honor
Moral
compromised
decay.
by the pillory. Wisdom by ridicule. Generosity by a coin pouch shoved down a throat. It seems to fit, true,
Empfehlen aber noch
though
2.
not perfectly.
Can't discount the theory if it's on the lips of everyone in town. Say our reasoning's right. Next murder will be just as showy and denounce the victim's lack of the 4th virtue, valor. We can also assume that victim will be an elder knight.
Let's think. At the moment, all the knights are either at the tourney grounds or in the palace gardens. Our annual hare hunt shall begin there shortly. Have you heard of the custom?
Milton mentioned something. Seemed excited to prance around in a bunny costume. Not sure why. Hang on. Strange circumstances. A knight advanced in years. The famed cowardice of rabbits.
Could it be that simple? Is Milton de Peyrac-Peyren the next victim?
Milton also knew Delacroix. Told me so down by the river.
Damien! To miss something so obvious. De Peyrac-Peyren, Crespi, Delacroix, and Delac formed a knightly team. It was years ago, but...
Okay.
They were a team?
They were close friends, tightly knit, and as such earned the trust of our father, the Duke. We often witnessed him turn to them with delicate matters. Later, their paths diverged.
Unlikely to be a coincidence. Beast must know it too. It's a lead, I'm sure. Your Grace, we need to find Milton, immediately.
Rather problematic. You see, the garden entertainments are due to start, and he's disguised as the hare, hiding somewhere, waiting for some tipsy courtiers to find him. The hare's hiding place is a carefully guarded secret.
We must call off the game, at once.
First and foremost, we must remain calm.
Okay, die feiern ein komisches Ostern.
Order the garden searched immediately, but discreetly. By no means can we disrupt the festivities. Panic will only incite the beast to strike sooner. And you, Witcher, follow me. My gardens, my night, I shall take the fall. A murder is out of the question. I will not allow it. Not near my palace. Horses? Ready our horses!
Okay, Mord ist einfach verboten jetzt hier. Wir sind schließlich in der Nähe des Schlosses. Ja, okay, das heißt, wir müssen ihn jetzt finden, bevor da noch was passiert.
Your Grace!
the hell? Why, I should... Your Highness, I...
Mind it doesn't get wrinkled. All right!
Die ist schon cool.
That is silk! Be careful! Give it to me!
Ich wollte noch mal ganz kurz... Ja, ich weiß schon gerade, ich will mir ganz kurz die Weltkarte noch mal angucken. Nee, weil ich ja erst dachte... Nee. Ich dachte, das ist komplett ein neues Gebiet. Ich dachte erst, dass es jetzt nur erweitert wurde. Aber dann könnte das ja nicht das neue Schloss sein. Weil es sieht halt erst so ein bisschen so aus, ne? Ein großer See in der Mitte mit, Nee, das ist hier alles neu. Ich dachte halt erst, es wäre, hier Wellen. Ja, es sieht aber komplett anders aus, wenn ich es mir jetzt nochmal angucke. Okay, ich hatte das ganz anders in Erinnerung. Das ist schon wieder ein bisschen her. Okay, weiter.
Faster, Geralt! Right like the wind! It's hard! It's hard! Clear a path! Clear the way, I said!
Oh, diese Burg sieht ja geil aus. Oder dieses Schloss oder wie auch immer.
It's here! Just round the corner!
Hurry!
Na dann los!
Go to where the game is being held. The participants must find a unicorn's horn, a golden fish, and a phoenix egg. With these in hand, they can deduce where the hare, Milton, hides.
Mean we need to find those things too?
We've no other option. But time is of the essence, so we shall have to break the rules.
Okay, also wir müssen quasi das Spiel mitspielen, um ihn zu finden. Wir dürfen aber ruhig schummeln, weil es jetzt halt wichtiger ist.
The second route, through here. I shall show you where the hunt plays out. Then we will split up. You will get hold of the unicorn horn and the golden fish. While I nab the phoenix.
Und wir brauchen halt die 3 Items, um den zu finden.
That will be quickest.
Golden fish. Do I need a rod or a net?
Please, Geralt. It's not a real fish. Look there, towards the water. See the lights? The hunters are trying to hook the fish from boats. You must simply dive in and find it.
A unicorn. How do I catch it?
It's terribly skittish, true, but I'm sure you will find a way to earn its trust. It runs round over there, look. The golden fish and the horn both contain things or clues that will help us find Milton. Once you have fish and horn, find me among the other phoenix egg hunters. All clear? Then let's get to it.
Okay. Dann ist jetzt so die Frage, wie komme ich denn da jetzt runter? Ja, dann erstmal so, dann suche ich jetzt erstmal nach dem Goldfisch.
If one were to call a state courageous or cowardly, what other part of the state would one have in mind?
Trink dabei mal ein bisschen Wasser. Und eigentlich muss es wohl von den Schiffen aus gesammelt werden. Ich darf jetzt aber schummeln. War das nicht der? Gar nicht genau geguckt. Nee, da sind nur Süßigkeiten drin. Ach, Mann.
Hey, wait. Stop. It's important.
Der hat unseren Fisch geklaut.
King Cormorant, sire, accept this offering we bring. Prithee cast upon us your merciful eye and bear before us its secrets.
As the moon is heavenly course doth trace, in my domain I await that moment of grace, when a soul of good or ill repute brings me a gift fitting to
Zack.
A key.
Ja, das finden die wahrscheinlich so geil.
Bombard stretch.
He's ruined the game!
Rival, sunlight captured.
The light is positively useless. She can't possibly see a thing. What? Precisely. You are saying Geralt
Los, 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 wir haben keine Zeit. So, und das muss ich jetzt zähmen. Ich weiß, es ging auch irgendwie.
Apple will work. Or some sweets.
We would not be in this predicament, dear sister, were you still a virgin.
Do you really wish to have this conversation again? Here and now?
Hush, or you'll spook the beast. We shall try the sweets.
Hey, folks. Gonna have to ruin your fun. Sorry.
Who's that?
Ja, ich brauche nur das Horn. Ich brauche nur das Horn. Ich brauche nur das Horn. Ah. Okay, ich brauche irgendwas, was dem schmeckt. Da liegt irgendwas.
Cold game's not likely to tempt a unicorn.
Nee.
Crispy apple.
Ein Apfel.
Bad like any other dead horse.
Quest-Item, okay.
Almost had it.
Ich hab doch den Apfel hier. Zack, zack, zack. Ach, Mann. So, jetzt ganz langsam Apfel.
An apple. Yum yum. Easy.
Tja, und jetzt? Okay, wir brauchen noch den dritten Hinweis. Den hat sie hoffentlich jetzt schon.
Have you noticed all the guardsmen in the gardens? Is something a fruit?
If you please, Your Grace.
We do not please. We act out of the highest necessity, or shall be explained later.
But it's against the rules.
I am the rules. Geralt! At last.
Got a key and a clue.
And I've another. Show me yours. Who wrote this drivel? I begin like a groan, hollowed out with ease, then end like a mouse with a head of hard cheese.
Like a groan. Also ich fange an wie ein Gen, was halt dann irgendwie... Head like hard cheese. Ey, ich habe keine Ahnung, was das sein soll.
Too cryptic, this riddle. Got no idea what it's talking about.
Then be silent and let me think. Look, if we take groan, hollow it out and fill it with ease.
Ah, aushöhlen nicht. Es halt nicht.
But starting with what heads hard cheese. Why, it's greenhouse.
Pretty clever. That sounds right to me.
There are
Statt
several
aus
greenhouses
groan
in
wird ein
mountains,
green.
only one with a door that locks,
Das
and the key
Maus
to it
wird
looks just like
Haus.
the one we found.
Greenhouse it is then. Let's go.
Groan it out with ease. Nee, da wäre ich nicht drauf gekommen.
Wait here.
Ach du Scheiße.
What the butch?
What was that?
Oh fuck. Ja, ich bin kein Ezio. Das Schwert sieht aber schon geil aus. Zweifel zünde ich ihn wieder an.
I'm here.
This belonged to you, maybe?
It did, but you may keep it. I've a new one. I do not know you. I've done you no harm. Yet first you butchered a Bruxer who was dear to me. Now you pursue me. Why?
You've killed 4 innocent people, at least.
And you? How many innocents have you cut down?
Na, Unschuldige? Ich weiß gar nicht. Ja, es kommt drauf an, wie man jetzt sieht, wie unschuldig irgendwelche Monster sind.
Not here to talk about me.
Yet that is exactly what we are doing. So, did they send you after me? Who are they?
What do you mean, they? Duchess hired me. You've been murdering her subjects.
Is it as simple as that? I would ask you to convey to the Duchess that I've but one victim left, but you'll not get the chance.
I won't let you kill again.
Ja, Feuer ist wirklich extrem stark gegen die. Fuck! Haut er ab?
You were to stay where you were. Regenerate.
I know you're in trouble. I can help.
Was zur Hölle?
I'll help myself.
No, he's my friend.
Yes, Geralt, it's me.
Regis? You alright?
All is well. All's in order. Wounds such as these heal on vampires in moments. But we've not seen one another in ages, my friend. At least in human terms, that is.
How's this even possible? Last I saw you...
I was a bubbling, shapeless smear, having been rather spectacularly melted into a column of a certain castle. In somewhat better shape now, as you can see. Hardly peak form, mind you, but were I human, folk would think me a demigod, I dare say.
I'm sorry. What happened? It was my fault. Never got a chance.
Ich weiß gar nicht mehr, wer das war.
No need, Geralt. Bygones. I did not have to join you on that expedition. No one twisted my arm.
Miraculous regeneration. How do you manage it?
I had help. From the one you hunt.
Him? How? And what have you been doing all these years?
Not the time nor place for such stories. I suspect we'll get a chance to speak at ease and at length later. Now, however, we must deal with the reason that brought us both here.
Local serial killer seems to obey you. Maybe you could talk him out of it, convince him to stop murdering.
Why do you think I've come? It shall not be easy, as Dettlaff can be rather stubborn. Though you must certainly recall that neither do I surrender.
Dettlaff.
So that's his name. He's your friend?
You might call it that. Though Dettlaff is... how would you humans put it? More bestial than I am. But not to worry. I'm working on him.
Haven't exactly done a great job with that. He's killed one night since I got here. At least 3 others before I arrived.
For good reason, I'm sure. Understand, Dettlaff is not some decadent shit who kills for sport, or to assuage a dryness of throat or a dullness of mood.
Warum denn dann?
So in your opinion, what are his reasons?
Precisely what I wish to find out. And then I will convince him of the error of his ways.
Got a lot of faith in the guy.
Despite appearances to the contrary, you two are quite alike. You've both noble hearts, yet you both are wont to perform ignoble deeds. When circumstances force you to, of course. Remember the year 964?
That was 3 centuries ago.
Blind fear gripped Rivia, Lyria, and Spala. Women and children were dying. Their mutilated, dismembered corpses littered the fields.
Brute of Lyria. Read about it. Chewed up almost 200, then fell to a common poacher supposedly armed with a dagger blessed by some prophet.
It fell to Dettlaff, who then found a poacher asleep in the brush near his snares and dropped the fiend's corpse at his feet. And thus, a legend was born.
Awfully good of him. But do I need to know this?
Yes. So you'll understand Dettlaff is no cold-blooded killer. I believe he's landed in some mess and he sees no way out.
What makes you say that?
Vilgefortz melted my body. Dettlaff found what was left. As per our codex, he had a choice. To leave me where I was, or to care for me and nurture my remains. He chose the latter. Regenerated me at no small expense in his own blood. Do you know what that means to a vampire? The gravity of the endeavor?
Probably same thing it means to a human. You owe him your life.
Much more than that. The act itself made us blood brethren. A bond so strong humans cannot even imagine. which is why I know something ill is afoot.
Always had an overdeveloped sense of
Okay.
empathy.
Ja, die sind jetzt miteinander
vampire has a
verbunden.
unique talent, one they hone over centuries. It's precisely what renders us so difficult to classify. Detlef's trump card is his herd instinct, his tribal propensity. In point of fact, he prefers the company of lesser vampires and shuns that of humans. If he walks among you, killing egregiously, it can only mean something's upset him immensely.
Anything specific? Some set of things that'd be likely to set him off?
How should I say this? Detlef doesn't understand men, their world, its rules, its conventions. He's naive in a sense. He doesn't comprehend your games, knows not what it means to lie, deceive.
Suggesting he's maladjusted, venting his rage.
I'm suggesting maladjustment can at times breed conflict. But is it the case this time? I cannot say, but intend to find out.
Okay.
Gotta find him before something upsets him even more, and all Beauclair is awash with blood.
Well, we share a cause then, just like the old days.
Not entirely. I mean, when I find him, you know.
I know you've a contract on his head. Yet your true task is to stop the beast killing, not necessarily to kill the beast, am I right?
All in all, sure.
Let us find him. By the time we do, I hope I'll have convinced you that
Also wir müssen ihn nicht zwingend umbringen, wir müssen ihn nur davon abhalten.
But for now, evidence is
Oder wir müssen dafür sorgen, dass die Morde aufhören.
Knights must have tracked me here.
I prefer they not find me here. I've makeshift quarters at Mère Lachaise Long Cemetery. We'll meet there.
See you.
Okay, also der haut ab, wir treffen uns dann wieder auf so einem Friedhof. Damit die ihn nicht finden. Tja, was erzähle ich denn jetzt?
Witcher, we flew here as fast as our courses would carry us. Yet I fear we're late all the same. Pray, where is the beast?
Still investigating. About to inspect this site. Withdraw your men before they trample all over the evidence.
Sirs, we must let the Witcher do his work. Milton's murder cannot go unavenged.
Da muss man dem natürlich auch viel vertrauen, ne? Damit man direkt sagt, ja, guckt euch hier gar nicht an, was passiert ist, sondern lasst den mal machen. Okay, das ist einfach nur eine Einkaufsliste, so Krempel. Wieso ist hier noch, achso, Ausrufezeichen ist, weil das so ein Quest ist. Ja, und das sind auch alles Quest-Items. Ja, ich loot mal hier noch den ganzen Rest. Da oben scheint auch noch was zu sein. Dann verteile ich erstmal das Level. Ja, ich will eigentlich ungern die Sachen hier anziehen. Ich hätte lieber... Ich hätte eigentlich lieber meine Rüstung... Auch wenn die Sachen, die man hier findet, schon ziemlich stark zu sein scheinen. Weil die Rüstung gar nicht so, die Waffen eher. Kann ich eigentlich jetzt schon irgendwas reparieren? Nö, ist alles noch ziemlich voll. Ist bei Schwertern aus. 10%. Noch auf 100, okay. Ja, ich wollte aber mal... Ja, dann mache ich jetzt wahrscheinlich erstmal eine Nebenquest. Ich wollte aber trotzdem schon mal hier einen Punkt verteilen, weiteren. Ich glaube, ich skill mal hier durch. Und wenn ich halt hier dann durch bin, dann probiere ich die neuen Sachen. Achso, hier muss ich 20 Punkte erst reingesteckt haben. Und dann skill ich das vielleicht mal um. Aber brauchen tue ich die Sachen auf jeden Fall erstmal nicht. So, die neue Main Quest ist Level 39. Dann gucke ich mir jetzt erstmal die anderen Sachen an. Ja, Treasure Hunt 14, das mache ich, wenn ich da mal vorbeikomme. Wahrscheinlich eher nicht. Dann mache ich jetzt hier erstmal den Witcher Contract. Ist so dunkel hier.